Hello my friend, stem separation is definitely here. It seems to be just about everywhere at the moment and it's arrived on LANDR Studio. So today we're going to have some fun with it. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is super easy to use, literally drag and drop. So you put it inside your DAW and it asks you to drop in a file, and it could be all sorts of different file types. You drop it in, you wait a little bit of time. I guess this took about maybe 3 or 4 minutes to process this one. And then it's going to separate your recording into 4 separate tracks. You can see on the screen you've got vocals, drums, bass, and then others, just about everything else. So this particular track that I've loaded into LANDR Stems was recorded back in 1997 with my first ever real serious originals band. I was the guitarist in that band, and I'm absolutely fascinated to hear these tracks split down into 4 stems. So first off, let's take a listen to the drums. So I hit the headphones on LANDR Stems and it's just going to highlight this one track. Let's have a listen. So you can hear where the sort of isolation's begun there. The track actually starts just rolling on those hats, but when everything else comes in, you can hear that the AI magic is then having to work hard to separate that drum sound. You know, it's not perfect, just pretty impressive. It shifts a little bit from right to left in the headphones. I remember the snare. The snare always sounded bad. Graham, I think his name was, on drums, and he was a good drummer, but his snare just sounded like slapping a dead fish. It still does. It's pretty amazing because whilst, you know, it's not exactly the drum sound that we got on that single track, you can hear that there's been some sort of extraction in terms of the frequency and stuff. There's not really any artifacts slipping in from anything else. It does very much feel like the isolated drums. Pretty incredible, really. Almost feel a bit guilty being fussy about it, really, when you think actually what this stuff is doing. Yeah, just some weirdy, phasey things here and there. Should we bring in some bass? So now if I mute out the vocal and others, should we go from the top again and listen to the drums and bass? It's going to come in now. Cool. Just mute out these drums. Wow, that's impressive. Was a really nice, I think it was a 8 speaker stack, as I remember, on the bass. 8x10. Just quite amazed, particularly with the bass here, how isolated that is. You know, that's pretty usable. Take a listen to Gareth's vocals.
Tired boy, we find ourselves an angel to adore, but we find a halo made of stone, and both of the wings clipped to the bone. It's a sad world to come on.
That's mad. I always thought his vocal was like a mix between like Johnny Rotten and sort of Liam Gallagher. It was a sort of Oasis, Sex Pistols crossover.
And both of the wings clipped to the bone. It's a sad world to come.
That's mad, especially for a recording like this long ago. It's like being an audio archaeologist, just hearing that again. At the bottom here, we've got everything else, so that's going to be my guitars and Gareth's rhythm guitars. Again, of course, whilst you haven't got like the actual quality of the tone of the original tape, it's amazing how there's not any artifact leak from like the bass drums or vocal. Bass. We had some amazing amps. Gareth had an old 1970s Roost 4x12. I had a 1981 JMP and 4x12 Marshall cab, and they sounded great. That Roost cab there playing the walk-in sort of rock blues lick there sounded really nice. Let's see the back line. I just think that's mad how cleanly that's extracted those vocals.
The best thing we could see was our surprise.
All together.
It's a sad world. Come on. It's a sad world. Come on.
Well, that's just nuts. LANDR Stems is part of LANDR Studio. If you want 20% off LANDR Studio, you'll find a link below this video. Stuff like this just blows my mind. I mean, how cool is that? Just on a sort of fun level, for me, it's a sort of, as I said, audio archaeology level, just to go back in time almost 30 years and listen to those separate tracks. The bass in particular, I think, has come out astonishingly well. Using it for sampling, you could use it for repurposing, or simply like today, if you want to find out what was going on in a track. If you want to try out LANDR Stems for yourself, you'll find it within LANDR Studio. You can grab 20% off, as I said, off LANDR Studio. There's a link below this video whilst you're there. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy this video, you definitely want to check out this next cool LANDR plugin.